Evening everybody, the third night of our 3-night stint with the council, jumping on the rock pools, and we're in Freashy tonight, fresh water at the end of Manly Beach. Rock pool's just behind me, can't really see it until they turn the lights on. We'll show you a bit of that later on. Tuesday the 17th of March, so happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. And I dropped a bit of a bollock on this one because I kind of forgot all about it, but does you no harm, because it's really difficult to get a decent pint of Guinness where I live, so it does no harm to give it a miss for a year. But just have to make sure I have my St. Patrick's Day during the week or over the weekend. So I've arrived early. Arrived early on site because the other fella, the council lad who I'm working with, has been getting here early and setting up on his own, and that's not part of the job. I'm supposed to be here helping him. I've been asked to be here and supply the vehicle and the machinery and all the rest of it, and lo and behold, he's just driven past. So he said, don't get here till like midnight, plenty of time. And the poor bugger's been arriving early. You just see him over there pulling in. You see him pulling in. So I'm going to ambush him tonight. He's not doing it on his own. He's not going to be doing the initial setup on his own, because that's what I'm here for, to help him out. So I'm going to go and ambush him and say, you're not doing it on your flipping own, like this, the initial part. We're going to do it together. What I haven't really explained is why we're doing these 3 nights. So we've been on the council trades panel for probably about 10 years, possibly 11. So, and during that time we've done so many things for the council, I can't really go into it. Mainly infrastructure, buildings, you name it. It's probably nothing that we haven't done in relation to the local community. We've spent a long time and a lot of years on the pools. Let me just tell you how the pool setup works as far as the teams work. So Northern Beaches, there's 2 pool teams. There's a Northern pool team and a Southern pool team. And we as contractors get asked to do 2 of the little pools that they can't manage. So the Northern pool team will do, say, 5 pools in a week or in a day. Makes sense. The Southern team, something very similar, but there are about 12 pools and they can't do them. Hence why all throughout the summer you'll see myself and the team, we'll be doing the Bower and we'll do Fairlight all throughout the summer. But over the years we've been asked to jump in on the other pools when they're short on staff, vacation, holidays, sickness, illness, the team gets depleted, people leave, etc. And this is one of those occasions. So one of their main men, a guy called, I don't give you his name, but top bloke, he's been on the pool team, the Southern pool team, for years. Brilliant guy. Oh, look at him. Go on lad. Get across that sand. Brilliant. He's left to go on to pastures new, and the other guy that used to work with him hand in hand, another great fella, I think he had a long-standing vacation or something, so it's just a bit of bad timing. And Lockie here has been sort of floating around the Southern team, so he's dipped his hand in it quite a few times. He's quite comfortable with the pools, but obviously he can't do it on his own. Bit of hard work, but there is a safety element to it as well. It's nights, you know, low tide tonight is probably going to be approaching 2 a.m. We're by the ocean, we're by the seawall, using heavy machinery, so there's a safety element of it as well. You shouldn't really be doing it on your own. hence why they've said we need someone to help them out. And who else are they going to call? They're going to call us. Experience with the teams, experience with the pools, and their sort of, you know, long standing with the council. They're going to call us. We'll catch you in a bit later when we actually get on with some of the work. You can possibly see the lights coming on. Can you see the lights coming on? Yeah. Right. I'm glad he drove across the beach, because there's no way that fucking thing is going to get across the sand. Anyway, let's go over and jump in. Talk to you in a bit. Ambush successful. Got here, snagged in, and got some heavy lifting done. Even jumped into the pool already, these sexy waders. Got some of the seaweed out, which he's been doing on his own before I've arrived. So we've ticked that box for tonight. I'm just setting up the trash pump now. If you look around this place, this is a cool one. So Manly Beach all the way up there. Bower Pool is over there. Shelley Beach is right in that corner over there. And we're at Queensy, lovely place. Now my little fella, before we moved up to the Central Coast, we just lived over in Manly Vale, just over that way. This was their sort of go-to beach in the evenings. After a hot day at work, you know, we wanted to come down here, blow off a bit of steam, have a little bit of a dip in the evening or the late afternoon. This was their go-to beach, and this is where a little fella dipped his toe into nippers for the first time. So this used to be our little nippers beach. Rock pool there for when the sea was rough. The sea was really rough, and they'd effectively closed the beach. We had the benefit of having this fucking awesome rock pool. They used to throw the boards in there to do a lot of their drills in there. So pretty cool. Good spot. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with a bit of work. I might get back in the pool and get busy. This is called seawater washdown. Not quite pressure washing. It's very good at moving heavy bulk, sand, debris, all with seawater. See the trash pump down the bottom there? Sucking it in from the well. Volume. Volume matters. Bloody good rinse off. Be in the pool doing that in a while with all the silt and the sand that generates in the pool. Lucky there, not struggling, but he's got to keep hold of that bloody thing. So instead of pressure washing the pool tonight, we'll just be using the washdown method, and we'll still put some albicide on the walls. But even that pressure there, you see, there's not that much build up on the walls, and that pressure alone will give them walls a good clean off. I just think he's trying to get me the bollocks. And then we can put some albicide on, and that'll help flush all that out. Any seaweed that's left down the bottom, we'll probably shovel that out so we can get any debris out. Just another method. Pretty cool too. Well, the lights are off. Pool is still empty, still clean, soaked up. Truck is now packed up. Haven't let them get away. And that's freshly done, I think. Yeah, he's just got to drop the crane and secure the wagon up with the net, and he can run the gauntlet through the sand. She should be alright. But anyway, that's the 3 days done, freshly done. Time to get back in the truck, turn the heating on, get dry, and start that long drive home. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time.